Alright. Slightly later than usual, but then at this point, what even is usual? Point is, I exist, so we'll roll with that. Now, allegedly, my chat should be working on both my screens this time. But I'm still going to flip between them because I don't trust it. So, we'll see. We'll see what's up. Alright. Now, I titled this as being slightly manic, because it's gonna be. It's gonna be bits and pieces, just various things that I need to fix or finish or faff with. One of which is this corner on this piece. It's going to be hard to see on camera, but basically, it's a little bit scuffed on the inside. So I'm gonna fix it with some Milliput Superfine, which is the same stuff that I used on my Wave Mother pauldrons to fix any misprinted areas. And I'm going to use it for this. I'm also going to use it to sculpt up the middle detail on this back panel. Because dremeling it was too fine, it didn't work. So I have an alternative. So this stuff is great. 2-part play. I'm just checking that there's nothing going on in chat. After last time, I genuinely don't trust it. But yeah, 2-part clay. So try and get something vaguely even from both of them. I might have an easier time if I cut this. Do I have functional scissors? I'll grab some. I need to just order some new scissors. I'm super reluctant. Alright, there's that one. And there's that one. So, I have a tendency to make more of this than I need to. So, we'll see how that goes. I'm going to need a lot for that back panel anyway, so hopefully I make up a bunch. That much doubled. I'm not going to need that much for that. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that'll be okay. Soon find out. And I'll try and grab this with the other hand, so I'm not contaminating anything. It's not a bad guess. I think it's slightly more than I should have. So I'll take a little bit more of this one. Okay, now that seems like too much. Alright. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Screw it. Alright. Now you might notice that I have gloves that are not transparent today. That's because I had forgotten where I put all the gloves that I liberated from my old workplace. Then I found them yesterday, so I brought them out here. And because mixing this clay is annoying because it sticks to everything, I thought, I'll wear some decent gloves. And that's how I got to this point. Exciting stuff. Look, I'm totally lost in Tenacious D right now. I'm kind of level with you. I'm so in another dimension. I keep trying to mix this together for a bit, as much as it's trying to stick to me. I want to make sure this is in a decent position before I start. Because I've got quite a few odd jobs to do. I'm at that stage with everything now. As a mate of mine pointed out on Saturday evening, that we've got 3 weeks till Comic-Con. And I just had one of those like real like reverse dolly zoom moments. Like, you know the bit in the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie? Like it was one of those moments. And yeah. So that freaked me out. So now I've been looking at all the random bits and pieces I need to get done. Now I'm wondering if I need to change my gloves anyway, so that I'm not having things stick to me. Which is only mildly annoying. But let me grab a couple of the OGs, because if I'm going to end up binning them anyway, I'd rather save the medical grade gloves. If it's not necessary, then, you know. Alright. So I gotta patch up this corner. Don't know how much I'm gonna need for that. So, let's find out. And I apologize if it's difficult to see what's going on. Gotta make sure I don't scuff this up. So I don't want to put too much in here, because this adds quite a bit of extra weight to things. And I want to make sure it's in there securely. Oops. Bashing the mic. My bad. I wonder if I can get a little bit in that gap in there. Might have to faff a bit with this one. Basically, I want to make it as secure as I possibly can. So I think I'm going to roll a bit out and then use some of my metal tools to just shove it in this gap in here. What have I got that can help me with that? Probably not that one. Potentially this one. Yeah, just about. Just trying to fill this gap. Because as much as it should be fine, I'm not really looking to chance it, to be honest. This is fine. It shouldn't take a whole lot to fix this. Got so much to try and do today. Like, my brain is buzzing with things and stuff and lists. And it's going to be all random bits and pieces. And I gotta try and figure out the best order to do stuff in. Because first thing in the morning, I'm at my peak. So that'll be when I deal with stuff that I suppose is a little more consequential. Stuff like this that I'd rather not cock up, you know? So I'll get this side of things done. And then that can be curing while I'm doing other stuff. And it'll be the same for the back panel. I'll attempt to sculpt those details. And I can leave them chilling whilst I contend with other things. It's mostly filled at this point. Mostly. I'm not super fussed about how it looks from the inside. My only real concern is that it's strong enough to withstand a little bit of nonsense. Because these panels are going to be rubbing up against each other. I don't really want them to be weak anywhere. Wonder if I can get in and under there, potentially. Do I have any tools that are thin enough I can get in there, though? Because I doubt I do. That's a very small gap. What have I got? Maybe I can get that one in there, because I don't think this one's gonna... That one does, though. Okay, I can use this one. Yeah, this is all off camera. I apologize. I'm having to hold it at some really weird angles. Concentrating on not dropping this right now. I'm having to, like, balance it on my shoulder as I'm faffing with it. I suppose, really, foam clay would have worked for this. Just to pad that gap. I want it to have a solid exterior, but as far as stuff on the inside, it doesn't really matter that much. And foam clay is flexible. Oh, I can see a chat message. Hello. How's it going? I hope it's not too early or late wherever you are. Going well? Having a calm night? Good. Chillin' is an objectively good thing. And something I would know nothing about. What am I working on? I am working on my armor set for Comic-Con at the end of October. And I'm sweating out my knees. It'll be done. It'll be fine. Short deadline. Yeah. Well, I've been working on this for a long time, but yeah, now it's starting to get pretty real. So I'll manage it, but it's not gonna be easy. Never is. One day I'll do something that's nice and chilled and just fun to wear. But I don't know when that day will be. Have until November to finish my Bog Witch costume. Stuck embroidering since May. Yeesh. I mean, hype, but yeesh. That sounds pretty intense. Exciting, but intense. One day the cape will be done and I'll never try to embroider a moss cape again. You say that. You say that, and I say similar things when I'm in the middle of projects. And then I finish them, and I go, whoa, that looks awesome. Let's do that again. So don't assume you'll learn from this, because you probably won't. That's how these things tend to go. No, let me dream. Look, I am the king of cope, okay? And even I can recognize that that is cope. Just own it, okay? Accept your reality. Succumb to it. You can't escape. You never will. I thought I could live a normal life. I was wrong. So I stopped trying, and now I'm here. At whatever it is by now, like 3 in the morning, maybe? I actually don't know what the time is, because the clock on my laptop is wrong. Oh, okay, it's 3:45 in the morning. Fair enough. Fair enough. I was only, like, 3/4 of an hour out. Sure, that's fine. Taking so much more thread than I'd imagined, so I keep going back to the store. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is this the first time you've been embroidering something, then? Or is this just one of those, it's kind of obscure, so you haven't done anything similar before? So I'd love an embroidery machine. That'd be awesome. It's on my to-do list. First time embroidering in general? Wow. Huh, okay. Hand stitch. Good grief. Oh my god. Uh, that that takes things to another level. That's pretty nuts. I'm now starting to understand the chaos. And ignore the bot. It's something I've been meaning to fix since I first started streaming, and I keep forgetting. I was planning to have music when I started out, and then thought, nah, I won't, because some people like to have their own things in the background. I know I do. Yeah, doing all of that by hand. Good God. Why buy machines when I have hands and tears? Uh, yeah, yeah. I see. I think along the same lines, but then it gets to a point because I always thought like, why do people pay for so many things that you can do yourself? And then I realized that time is a very precious commodity, and if things can be done by someone or something else and save you the time, actually you can use that time for a whole bunch of other things. So I'm starting to understand now. It's all starting to make sense. Next time I'm buying the machine, yes. Yeah, that that checks out. Work graveyard shifts at a hotel, yeesh. 8 hours at work from doing nothing and seeing no one, so I embroider at work. Okay. Alright, that's a good use of time. At least you found a way to pass that time. Because I'd have to do something similar. Like, I'd go nuts. I'm one of those people, like, I don't do being idle ever. Even on like holidays and stuff. Nah, I don't do that. I will go insane. Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Am I okay with how this looks? Probably, right? Just wanted to fill the gap on this panel. Like being idle, but don't like being bored. Yeah, no, that checks out. That checks out. I just have a proper thing with being still, I guess. Well, I should unproductive, I suppose. Like I don't take any enjoyment from not doing anything. So even if I'm like trying to have a chill day, it'll be yeah, chill is relative. You know, like I'll find something that I can do that isn't particularly strenuous, and then that's my equivalent. How did I get some on here? And wipe that off ish. Right. That's better than it was. So I'm gonna go stick that somewhere out the way. That piece is looking good. Thank you. This is one of many. So I'm gonna stick this off to one side for now, so that I'm not tempted to faff with it, because I will. I'm one of those. I'll fiddle. And I need to not fiddle. I've got a whole other piece to work on anyway, so I'll do that. Gotta sculpt some stuff onto here. think I can cheese it if I use the pattern that I made. And then just whack it on top. So, let me find the old pattern. There it is. Right. Hey, thanks. That's very cool of you. Right, I reckon I can sculpt on top of this and then just whack it on here. I hope the camera's not too far away for this. I tend to have it further out so that you can kind of see more generally. It's going to be a weird one today because I'm working on lots of different things. So, hopefully, it all ends up being reasonably visible. Kind of want to roll this on something that isn't covered in dust. That's better. Then I gotta try and keep it consistent. That's gonna suck. See how lucky I get. So I'd originally tried to Dremel this, but it was too intricate, and it just kind of broke bits off. So I'm gonna not do that this time. I don't mind it being slightly inconsistent. That's not the worst. It needs to be reasonably decent. Just try and do the same sort of thing. Might need a bit more, actually. Try this. I'd rather have carved this. If it worked, I would have stuck with it, but it just didn't. In fairness, my original plan was to have that central detail sort of standing away from stuff. Then I thought, I don't want it to look weird because everything else is carved in, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Okay. It's not the worst. Oh, yo, that's kind of accidentally perfect. Nice. Okay. Right, I think this top one needs to be longer then. see how this does. This is the part where I get really picky with everything. It causes me no end of trouble. It's usually how this goes. I can just get that bit right. Yo, accidentally perfect again. You love to see it. I'll take it. So if I can get this in a good place, I can just pick it up and slap it on. Gotta make sure I've got enough of the little diamondy bits. I also want to do that little pointed eyelid bit. Try and get this vaguely symmetrical. It's hard to sculpt with because it's hella soft. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Always mess with the shape once it's actually on the thing. But I'm definitely gonna need to get a little bit more of this. Don't quite have enough. Yeah. How much more of this am I gonna need? Because I'm gonna want to do it in new gloves, so I'm not cross-contaminating anything. So I'll do that first. Gloves. Oh, not that many. Right. Let's say... Not gonna need a ton more. Because there'll be double this. So that's one. Outright, slightly more. Slightly more. It's pretty close, but slightly more. That's pretty okay. I'll roll with that. Then I'll smush them together for a bit. Get annoyingly sticky fingers. I'll have to swap my gloves out again, but oh well. Also got to patch this little bit in here. A little bit of polyfiller broke off. So I can fix that. Let's see. I need a fairly large bit for the eye. That's pretty good. I don't mind that. I'll whack that on in a bit. Let's see if I can try and shift this onto the thing. Try and get it to sit fairly even. It's pretty okay. Don't mind that a whole bunch. Main thing is it's a lot more even than the original. Okay. Not bad, not bad. I'll just try and get these little diamondy bits going. It's probably going to be the central one because it's a little bit bigger. How big is that? pretty good. I'll try and do the same for the other ones. At least then I can leave these off to one side. Just chillin'. Look at some other stuff. Not bad. I don't think I need that much. That's better. No, I was wrong. I was right the first time. pretty decent. Alright. I think I'm okay with that. So, hopefully that's slightly easier to see. But, I still need to fix this a little bit. I got a tiny bit left, so I can do that. But, yeah. Let me try and fix this a little bit. is better. Right. Seems okay. So I'm going to try and texture that a bit so that it's not just smooth, because that doesn't fit with the rest of this. So I have somewhere a little piece of tin foil, and that should give me a pretty decent texture. Let's try. That's a lot better. Okay. I'm going to stick this off to one side as well, so again, I'm not tempted to mess with it. And I'm going to look and see what else I got to do. Done that. I need to try and find little bags to put those in, or a cling film in, actually. That's an option. There we go. I got tons of cling film, that's fine. I don't want these to dry out. Cool. Right. That deals with those. So, what's next on my list? Try and clear some of the muck off of this as well, I suppose. mostly cleaned my tools off. And faff with it properly later. I'm not that phased. So, what else? So, I think... Did I even bring that out with me? Probably not. That's fine. I'll do that later. Right. I do still need to put more silicone on some things. So I might as well do that. Blue Peter style. Here's some I made earlier. They look a mess, don't worry about it. Where is all... It's gonna be cold though, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some hot water to be able to use this. Classic. Classic. It's not the end of the world. Just means I'll have to BRB to get some hot water. Basically, I'm gonna mix up some thick silicone, whack them on these, and then I can leave them off to one side as well. So, give me a second. I'm gonna need to go get some hot water. Yeah, let me BRB for a bit. I'll get some hot water, and I'll get some other stuff that I might be able to work on at the same time. Give me a sec. Alright, I'm back. And I'm in a respirator, so if I sound terrible, I apologise. Right. We whack this in its thing of hot water. And probably move these bits out the way for now. Where do I put you? There. Good enough. Okay. I believe the ratio for that was 140 years. Excellent. How much am I going to need of this? I'm thinking 80. Thinking 80. Let me try 80. So close, come on. I don't think that's going to be enough anyway. So I'll do 120. 100. $118's close enough. Right. Four, 8, 12, so 3. There we go. Alright. Yeah. Okay. And if it's 100, then it'd be 10. But if it's 122, 1 in 100. No.
10 to 1, yeah. Yeah, so I was right. 20, 36, okay. Too early for maths. It will always be too early for maths. I'm not a numbers guy, I'm a words guy. Right. Right, that is hella stiff. That's going absolutely nowhere. So, let me attempt to whack some of this on here. Hopefully. Hoping one layer is going to be enough for these. that's probably fine for that one. Try and slap some more on this one. And see what I end up having left. Now I know I can use the rest on here. I don't trust these edges. Alright, that's probably fine. I probably could have gotten away with the 80. But 120 was safe, so nah. At least this way I know everything's covered. So let me stick some mold keys on that. And then I can move that off to one side and that's another thing done. Oh, I don't have many of these left. I think I need to cut some more. Mm. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to make some more of these. Let me cut some of these. Is that going to be enough? Probably not. Do one there. I can probably half this one in fairness. Yeah, that's fine. that'll work for that. I'll have to make a bunch more of these. Right. They should be fine. Right. We move these off to one side. Right, what else can I do? Use up the rest of this. That's not bad. At least then I've got another mole key for later. Speaking of which, I should definitely cut a bunch of those. I've got a load that have been chilling for ages. So I'll just do that for a while, I guess. Because I will definitely forget if I don't. Not the most exciting thing in the world, but it's necessary, so I'll do it. Can I get away with halving this lengthways first? Ah, it's going to be tricky. I won't bother. Probably do this into thirds. Hmm. I'll do a few different sizes. They all come in handy. I'll do a few teeny tinies. Because sometimes I need just super small ones. Then I'll split the other one in half. This one. That one's no good, but that one's fine. Ugh, the back of this is gross. Let's fix that. A lot of these are really questionable. It's better. Let's take one of the less scuffed ones. That one's not bad. What is the time? I've got other things to do today. Just gone 5. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Do I half this? I think I can. Hmm. Alright. That's probably enough for now. I can deal with that. So, what other stuff have I got to do? I've got to sand all of these. This was a super helpful charity shop find. And I have plans. But I need to paint everything. And it's wood, which is brilliant. But it's also very glossy. So I'm going to need to sand it back. Yes, I'm going to sand a bunch of individual beads. Because I hate myself. That's pretty whatever, to be honest. I'm not super bothered. I just don't want to use any paper that's too coarse, though. That's just making work. I've got to have some finer stuff thinking about. This seems like it's still going to be too coarse, but I'll see what happens. It works. Probably fine. I just want to strip off the varnish. Don't need to do anything more than that. Then it gives the primer something to stick to. It'll be easier to paint. Not particularly exciting, but pretty necessary. Originally I was only going to do 3, but actually I quite like it as a whole necklace, so I think I'll just use the whole thing. There's probably an easier way of holding these. But I don't want to unthread anything, because that's just creating more work for myself. So I may just continue to suffer, to be honest. I don't mind a whole bunch. Then the smaller beat is gonna really suck. Jeez. Fine, I will cross that bridge when I come to it. At least, you know, they don't get that small. They get pretty small. Fine, it's fine. Future me can deal with that. That's no biggie. God, this is so uninteresting. This is why I've not streamed a lot of what I've done. It is just things like this. Things that just take a while. And there's really not much to them. How long have I been going for? Probably not very long, to be honest. Let me dust this off a bit. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't take too long to do this. This isn't the worst. It could certainly be a lot worse. Yeah, I have no idea how long I've been going, because that the screen that shows me is still broken. So that's fine. I don't think I've been going for that long. But I actually don't know what time I started because I didn't check. I should have, but I didn't. Probably a couple hours, right? Let me think. I remember checking the time when it was 3:44. And if it's now 5:19, so okay, yeah, minimum couple hours. That's not the worst. I'm just thinking it's really not worth me streaming sanding every one of these bloody beads. Like there's not a lot to discuss with it. I just have to do this to all the rest of these, which is fun. But oh well. Yeah, I honestly don't think it's worth me streaming that. So I won't. And the next time I'm kicking about it should be because I'm doing something vaguely interesting. Emphasis on vague, because I actually don't know what it's going to be yet. It kind of depends what needs working on at the time. So, yeah. I'm going to call it there for now. And deal with more stuff as and when it arises. So, yeah. Catch you guys in a bit, and have a good one.